Hello, my name is Omar Rampersad. It is February 11, 2019, Monday, 8:01 p.m. So I just posted a video, and in that video, I showed you my stomach being tagged. I was in the Chinese grocery store and I was being harassed there um, because I'm flagged, and I believe the Chinese team has the contract or part of the contract. So they're updating me and terrorizing me, as has been going on for years. So all kinds of comments about Pam hit me really hard. Pam being one of the informants, um, and there was all kinds of comments about the company that she was working in and that I was working in at the time. Uh, this is because, excuse me, I was about to sneeze there. This is because the Chinese are holding or the Chinese traffickers or perpetrators, stalkers, gang stalkers, informants. They are holding the contract with the cops to surveil me on behalf of the cops because the surveillance is being outsourced, and they are infiltrating my workplace. So the Chinese infiltration took place um, in every company that I know of, that I became aware of, starting back in 2012, when I was taken out of the system. And by the Chinese are telling me and updating me, Badr Nizar, and he did a report on me about harassment when he took me out of the system to report on me and surveil me without telling me. That is harassment, if he did that. And he registered me back through the court. And since I'm flagged continuously, the information is submitted through the court. So there's a lot of court documents. So once it goes through the court, it becomes public information, which is why I'm being harassed about it. Of course, the flagging is done with the cops, so the cops know what is going on. So it doesn't make sense that the cops tell me I'm mentally ill when I tell them I'm being stalked, when they are the one who's outsourcing the monitoring, I'm suspecting. So this is a cover up. This is what was done to me. So every time I say I'm being gang stalked, I get pulled in for mental evaluation. I get people are submitting information to get me a mental evaluation. So this is a cover up. So this is all said by the people around me because they're terrorizing me, they're updating me, they want to see how I react so they could report on the reaction. She's acting weird if you react to the harassment. If you tell them to stop harassing you, you're aggressive, and they'll call the cops right away because I'm registered as mentally ill. So and mentally and emotionally perturbed. And the evidence for that is my reaction to being harassed, which is really, stop harassing me, basically. This is an ongoing thing, and being used as a guinea pig in an experiment that is an alert system, and the alert system is being experimented with by the cops. So it's a mobbing system, really. A red alert, and you're mobbed heavily, and the power that you're monitored with, the power of the microwaves that you're monitored with, which I posted, and several other videos. And here is an example. The jaw is tagged. So when the alert goes red, the power is turned up. So it's a self-generating process. A report or a bunch of reports is generated that paints me criminal, prostitute, released to the public. The mobbing is encouraged by the alert system. People come around, harass me, get a reaction, report on the reaction, and then label me as mentally perturbed, emotionally disturbed, and so on, and get me flagged again. And then we're going to have the power turned up because it's a more criminal report, and you're bombarded with radiation that causes you to get sick. And then other reports are going to be generated saying, well, she's sick, she can't take care of herself, she's depressed, there's swelling in her ankle, which is caused by the radiation of tagging of the foot. And so it's made to happen. It's a made to happen, a make happen situation that's repeated over and over and over and over and over and over again. So the experiment goes on, and this is meant to end up with the disposal of the target in a hospital, dying with a heart attack, maybe, as in my case, which I think is really the intent when they hit my chest. Or mentally committed, which is ongoing. There's all kinds of warrants to get me pulled out, not served, pulled out, to be drugged and never to come back. This is being said over and over again outside the window by every Chinese patron. Well, not, I shouldn't say only Chinese, every patron, because everybody knows. Every patron that comes to that loading dock talks about this loudly. So they update me, they trigger me, they harass me. And my blood pressure shows the stress. The high blood pressure is not only caused by the radiation, it's caused by the stress of being harassed and mobbed this way anywhere I go. So another thing I wanted to talk about, another topic I wanted to talk about was the heart issue that I've demonstrated in the other videos. When my heart rate goes up, as a result of being pulsed on a high power setting, when the electromagnetic pulsing device is set to high power, it increases blood pressure and heart rate very quickly. In a standing position, in a lying position, it really doesn't matter. Stationary, walking, it really doesn't matter. Your heart rate increases, your blood pressure increases. So when these two factors increase suddenly, as opposed to if you're exercising, it increases gradually, and when you stop, it decreases gradually. This is a sudden increase in blood pressure and heart rate. Then they pull the plug. In other words, they stop the tagging. They pull the tagging, and they lower the power, or they lower the power, or turn it off altogether, which is what I mean when I say pull the plug. So this sudden decrease in heart rate and in blood pressure for people who have underlying heart condition, because can definitely cause a heart attack. In my case, I have underlying conditions that causes regurgitation in a normal day, normal activity. So if you had a sudden drop in blood pressure, I'm conjecturing that given to compromised heart valves, the regurgitation in the heart is going to worsen, and there's going to be a buildup of blood in the heart, in the chambers of the heart, and the heart could fail, or you can go into cardiac arrest. Your heart rate could actually drop suddenly, and it does drop suddenly. I noticed it could drop so low that it could put you into cardiac arrest. So definitely, every time I'm pulsed with this technology, my life is in danger. So the cop who is flagging me is putting my life in danger. He is trying to kill me, basically, which is why I am talking. I am exposing what's going on. I'm exposing this sex slave operation, which all of this is covering. This entire process of harassment and alert system, which is meant to contain the slave. It is really meant to create a level of people that has no privacy, that has no freedom. Everything is controlled for them. So your life is controlled, your health is controlled, whether you have kids is controlled, whether you get educated is controlled, how much money is controlled. All the factors that makes up your life is controlled. And this is what's really going on here. And another issue is the fact that I'm being tagged, and I've demonstrated this several times, just shows clearly that I'm being stalked electronically. I am being stalked electronically. This is illegal surveillance. It is false imprisonment using a tag, a microwave tag on your body. And it's torture because that same microwave technology is used to discipline a slave, to discipline the person if the manager or the owner of the slave doesn't like what the slave is doing or saying. So I am being surveilled. I have no privacy, obviously. Obviously, I'm being tracked, or else these things would not go off. And obviously, it's causing pain because where it's pointed at my body is sore, the spot is heating up, it's getting inflamed, and the pain is proven by my increased blood pressure, which is an indication of being in pain, and heart rate. This is scientific proof that I am being stalked. There's no question about it. And of course, this is all going to end up in a courtroom. Talk to you another time.